All right, this is OneLastMidnight back with another Astroneer video. And so you, this is gonna funny. You want gas. You need gas. I don't know what to say. Oh, anyways, I made an atmospheric gas video for you guys. It's I find it kind of funny, you know, I just got done putting out a natural resource guide, which has to deal with the natural resources on the planet. And people are screaming at me that I forgot the gases. I didn't forget the gases. So matter of fact, here's the video. I hope you enjoy it. So this is a guide about gases. You need to get gases in the game to be able to make some of the more advanced resources. You're going to have to go to other planets to get gases. And here is a list of all the gases that are in the game. You have argon, helium, hydrogen, methane, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. It's interesting. Oxygen is no longer in the game as a resource. I don't think it ever was an actual resource that you could gather, but they had it in the Astropedia. When I got this image, it was in the Astropedia. So excuse oxygen. It actually has been removed. Gases are measured in ppU. I don't know why that's funny. Parts per unit. I remember PPU is like PU. You know, I don't know. It's kind of funny to me. Anyways, stop being silly. Let's go ahead and take a look at Silva. So Silva has hydrogen and nitrogen in it, and you know it's got a pretty high percentage of both. So when we're talking about percentage, and I didn't say that, but when we're talking about PPU, we're talking about, you know, the amount of parts that you can get and how fast you fill up that little gas container. So the higher the number, the quicker you gather the gas. Very simple. Anyways, Silva with hydrogen and nitrogen coming in at 75 and 100 ppU. And with those gases, you can then turn around and make hydrazine and titanium alloy. These are important. Hydrazine is important for you to be able to fuel your, well, if you have the thruster, the hydrazine thruster. And the titanium alloy is definitely needed to make some of the more advanced items in the game. The Solo has no atmosphere, so no gases. You don't have to worry about the Solo. The Solo is going to give you nothing, right? So don't even worry about landing on there for gases. Calidor has hydrogen and sulfur. Hydrogen is 50 parts per unit and sulfur at 100 parts per unit, a heavy sulfur planet. And with that, you can then turn around and make hydrazine and explosive powder. So if you want to get that sulfur for explosions and fireworks, or explosive and fireworks, you're going to have to go to Calidor to do that. Basania has 3 different gases that you can get: argon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. You see the parts per units there. And those gases will allow you to get hydrazine, titanium alloy, and steel. Steel is really important as an endgame unit because you're not going to be able to make the nanocarbon without the steel. Novus has 2 gases associated to it, hydrogen and methane. Hydrogen is really low at 25 parts per unit. So it might not be the best place to get hydrogen at, but you could get hydrogen there. It's just going to take longer. And again, hydrazine and the methane is actually used for silicon. And silicon, I think, unlocks one of the gateway engines actually in the core. I don't know if it's in the core of Novus, or I probably was in the core of Novus, but it's needed as one of the units for core and also for some items later in the game. Glacio has argon and only argon, but argon is used for steel. So, I mean, if you're looking for a quick fill up on argon, go to Glacio. You're just going to get the most there quickly. Atrox has a wide variety of gases. It has nitrogen at 50 parts per unit, helium at 25 parts per unit, sulfur 75 parts per unit, and methane at 100 parts per unit. Those contribute again to all of these very interesting items that you can make, right? So the nanocarbon on the top alloy takes helium, but underneath that, it's kind of hidden. It also takes steel. So you have to have that argon to be able to make the steel. So, I mean, that's a pretty complex formula to begin with. It's got a lot of steps. You can also make titanium alloy with the nitrogen, the explosive powder with the sulfur, and once again, silicon with the methane. What's really interesting is that you really only need to go to 2 planets to get all of the gases. Basania and Atrox will give you every single gas that you possibly need. Granted, some of those are extremely slow to gather some of those gases, but if you don't want to travel everywhere, you can just travel to 2 planets to get all the gases. You're going to have to travel to several planets to work your way up to the large shuttle and everything that you need inside of the large shuttle. to be able to be free and go to just these 2 planets. But, you know, you could probably work a different way around it. Let me show you the best configuration that I think that you should have for gathering gases. So you want to go off and you want to get atmospheric gases. Well, probably the best scenario for atmospheric gases is a mobile atmospheric condensing station. Now, it's a little bit tricky because you have to get up to the large shuttle. You could probably do this with the medium-sized shuttle, but your configuration is going to have to be a little bit different. My suggestion would be large shuttle, the atmospheric condenser, some sort of storage, the large storage, so that you can hold a power and a battery, and then some additional medium storages off to the side. And in this case, I don't even bother with the oxygenator. I just put in additional storage off to the side, mainly because I'm just landing on a planet long enough to be able to gather either just a pallet full of gases or just a handful of them and then take off all over again. Of course, you're going to want to have the hydrazine thruster so that you can launch and land on various different planets without any problem. But this is probably the best configuration, the best setup to have that mobile atmospheric condenser. Well, I hope you found this guide useful. It's pretty simple to get the gases. I mean, when you get to a certain stage, you know, you get up to that large shuttle. I mean, it gets really easy to just go and get gases. But you could even probably do a similar scenario with a medium shuttle. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We have a great community here and we'd love to have you involved. And if you want to follow me on my social media, all of my links are in the description below. We'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that like button if you like the video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay on top of all of our latest video releases. I release content almost every day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.